And again.
Yeah, and again, I still haven't fixed it. I keep forgetting about it. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Here we go
What's
again.
up, everybody?
We can go ahead and run down the hellos. Miss
Big
Amy,
boy, Foxy,
Miss Lori. There we go.
Skinny, Peplin, Skipper,
Miss Gina.
Kevin, Griffin, Amy, Drill.
And I started with the wrong one, too. I started with mine
Hey, hello.
instead of our
Hello,
intro.
everybody.
I started with my
I
intro. I was like, wait,
I seen it.
this ain't right.
Yeah. Foxy.
Xanadu.
What's up, Xanadu? Greg the Guppy
Kimble.
guy. Skipper.
Perdue.
Gina.
Muppet.
What's up,
Greg.
Muppet?
Skipper. Geek
Hey,
Boy.
Holly. All right.
Craig Broderick. Miss Holly. Kenny. Griffin. Fantastic Fish Friends. Peplin. Miss Sandy. All right, I'm at the bottom. If I miss you, please retype. You guys tonight
Hello, everybody.
got a really funny and awesome person, Mr. Rico Stan. You can come on up. All right.
Funny. That's a lot of pressure.
You are funny. You and Kenny
Everybody.
and oh my goodness, there's somebody else that just keeps me rolling. Rockford. Rockford keeps me rolling too. But yeah, and I love to laugh.
Lord.
So I'm getting there. Y'all are doing well. Yeah, I'm getting there. Yeah, I got a little confused when I started. I hit my intro instead of my Chubz's intro. And then when I caught it, it was like halfway through it. I was like, oh, well, here we go. Here's another one. You're like a song anyway, right?
Yep.
Everybody. Good to see you.
So, let's see.
On the hot seat.
Yeah. We're going to start with Rico. I've been in some of your streams, and I know you and Ed do things a little different over there, and I know nothing about like those
Geeks?
kind of comic books and and I'm not a big like Superman and Spider-Man, like superhero
Sure.
type of person. Like I know those, but other than that, I've never like been real big into it. But I watched the stream and put it on listen anyway because I've learned some interesting things. But I mean, that's kind of neat how y'all have taken and done that one different. Even though every now and then y'all throw a fish talk here and or there if somebody asks a question, you still, kind of just give everybody a little, not a break, but a little bit different play on the fish fan.
Yeah. First of all, I don't have a lot of experience keeping fish, so I don't have a lot of knowledge to impart people. So it's my way of still being involved, but maybe, just still making, like you said, making people laugh, just having a good time. Ed's a very good friend of mine, so it's always a blast just hanging out with him and talking. And, even on my Tuesday night streams, we don't really talk about fish very much. We talk to fish keepers and about them, and about what makes them tick and stuff. So it's just my way of getting involved and also maybe giving back a little bit because I've learned so much from the fish fam, and I'm really appreciative of all the knowledge that I've gained from you guys.
Well,
It's no doubt. Me too. I'm in the same boat as you are. I mean, like when me and Chubz started this, I didn't know anything, and so I rely on him, if somebody's got a question, which most of the time there's not many people that like really ask a whole lot of fish questions. They're more asking about the person that we are, having up as a special guest or whatever. But every now and then somebody will throw in throw in a question here or there, and that's when I'm like, Chubz
Yeah.
Chubz got that one. Or about plants. Now guppies or betas. I can handle those. Of course, so can he, by all means.
Yeah.
But everything else, no, I have no clue. So I needed to do, something a little different, kind of like having guests up that do know more than I do. But I want to know background. I want to know how you came to be fish keeping. And then, of course, what you keep. Because like I said, a lot of us late nighters, us vampires, a lot of them don't get to see you or whatever, so there is a different one.
Definitely. East Coast, West Coast,
yes.
it is hard. I don't catch your streams very often either.
Right.
I always catch the replays, and I join your morning stream that you do quite often because that's a perfect time for me.
Right.
But it's definitely, I get it. It's definitely hard to well, first of all, it's just hard to catch all of them, right?
Yes.
So
no doubt.
But it's harder for as you could tell, I'm an old man. And I usually go to bed right about now. So I made sure to get my energy going.
Right.
And I'm here for the long haul.
And that is great. And I do appreciate you so much for hanging in there tonight.
Oh yeah, no problem. No problem. Like I said before, I'm retired. I don't even have to wake up at all tomorrow if I don't want to. So it's not like I've got any place to be.
Oh, you do? I'll be going again at 9:30 in the morning. It's going to be 10:30 your time, so.
Well, I might be missing that one tomorrow. We'll see.
That's quite all right. I usually go for a few hours, as we know.
Yeah. I usually catch some of it.
Right. There you go, Captain.
Is that coffee or is that something else?
It's probably a mix.
That's homemade wine.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. We have a vineyard on the next road over, so we don't do any homemade, but we do have in the neighborhood.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's a nice little vineyard. It's a one-woman show. She does everything. She designs the labels for the bottles. She decides what grapes to grow. She does all of it. It's pretty amazing.
I'm going to show you something. I don't know if y'all know
this. This is a mustardine wine.
Yeah.
That's freaky.
I've got my own muscadine wine.
Nice.
2017, the first year I ever made it. It's a dewberry. First year, first try. That's what I got on it. It wasn't bad. It's really dry, and I'm not a wine person to begin with, but the last several years we haven't had a good enough crop because it keeps getting drowned. So I haven't had a good enough crop. And then even if I've gone off the place to go try and pick them, they don't taste the same. So, hey, Stephen. And so I haven't gotten to make any more since 2017. But hopefully this year it'll be better. I hope every year is, but it doesn't work out that way.
Yeah.
Fishymon, Rockford. But
wine came from one of my good friend's aunts. She had it in her basement in northern Mississippi for about 20 years. And I tell you, it's good.
Wow. Well, it's probably those you can only have one coffee cup of it, and you're flat on your, what.
That's my second one, so we're going to see.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not much of a wine. Gina French said she's not really a wine.
I'm not either. I'm not either. I'm driving for like one that I can make that is very fruity. Like when I drink it, I want to taste dewberry, which is a kick on the back. And I don't know that wine is it. I may need to go more, I don't know, what do you call it? Moonshine style.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Distilled.
But yeah. So
it's got to be. This lady makes it's called a fialka, and I have no idea what it means or anything or what the history of it is, but it's a little sweet, not too overpowering, but it just goes down, especially in the summertime. It goes down so smooth.
Really? Huh.
And it's nice because it's there's just woods between her and us, and we used to have a trail that went through the woods over there right to the place. So in the fall, when the leaves are changing and everything, we go get a bottle and walk back and drink it. And it's like a mile walk because the trail was, meandering all over the place. But
Right. Oh, that's cool.
beautiful area up here. We live right on Lake Ontario, so
Oh, wow.
the lake's right there. So it's an
Wow.
amazing area, just and very sparsely populated. You think New York State, you think New York City, you think big cities, but yeah, we live in a little village of 1,500 people, so it's nice and quiet.
Wow. Hey, Ed. Good to see you over here.
My buddy Ed. Like I said, Ed's in all the streams with me right here.
Yeah, that's right. So tell me, what did you retire from? What did you do?
I was an IT guy for about 25 years.
An IT guy.
So last place I worked was one of the local county governments.
Okay.
I was an IT guy for them, but I've worked for a lot of chemical companies and liquor distributors and you name it, but always IT for the last 25 years or so. Before that, I was a green grocer, the produce manager at your local grocery store. So it was a big change to go from dealing with bananas and apples all day to ones and zeros. But
so did you go to school? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I went to college I have a degree in computer science.
Okay. My son was on that track for a little while. It was 18 months, so it was less than 2 years. And he would have graduated and gone straight in. They had jobs for all of them coming out. And of course, he didn't go on with that, but he was supposed to come out, starting making 50,000, which down here is great to start. I mean, like amazing to start out with. You just don't see that.
Yeah.
And for 18 months of school for like an IT and a tech. And his was more because we've got that, Chubz, what is the name of it? Space Center, I can't remember what the name of the Space Center is, but some kind of Space Center thing here in Shreveport Bossier. And that's where they were needing all of these kids coming out of to go there.
Gotcha. Oh, that sounds interesting. Yeah, that sounds fun.
So from that point, once you got your foot in the door, it was amazing from that point. No, Amy, it's not NASA. It's I'm sure it's related to NASA, but it's not called NASA. But dadgummit, why I can't think of the name of it. I can see it, but I can't think of the name of it. But anyway. But yeah, so he could have really went somewhere, but right now he puts glasses in houses and windows and vehicles. So that's what he likes to do.
That's what I was going to say. Whatever you like, if you can make, money doing something you like to do.
Yeah.
IT stuff is good because you can go anywhere and get a job.
Yes.
But if you don't like doing it, if you're going to hate it every day, I actually liked it. And I got pretty high up the tree. And then I decided to stop doing all the really tough stuff. And I went all the way back down to where you're break fix. So like if you work somewhere and your computer doesn't work, I'm the guy you call.
Yeah.
And I liked it because it was face to face.
Yeah.
My other jobs, I would code all day or I'm doing networking, or I barely got to talk to any users, except on the phone, which is no fun. But I love the idea of going to, you call me up and I'd come to your desk, and I loved my users, and I was pretty well liked. Everybody knew that they could contact me, and I would always, treat them good and try and take care of their issues. So I missed it a little bit, but this is a close second, just all the, interaction with all the fish fam.
It is. It's like poor Griffin and them and Kenny and all, and SOC Aquatics, Miss Susan. I felt so bad because I had to have help. I couldn't figure it out, getting on StreamYard and how it interacted with YouTube. And I'm out of my mind. It was just going over my head, like just way over my head. And so, bless their hearts, they walked me through everything.
Nice.
But thank God they were there.
Yeah. And it is a great group of people. It really is. I've only been hanging out. It's not even been a year yet. It's been probably about 8 months or so that I've been, interacting with the group, and I still haven't met anybody that I didn't like. And that's really rare for me because I really don't like people.
Yeah. That's what they say, that most of us are closet, or hermits or whatever.
Yeah.
But I get along with people outside of it, of YouTube as well. And I like being face to face. But I've heard that a lot of people can really do YouTube and just do it up. But at home, they're real hermits and they don't get out anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I don't get out much now because I do have health issues and it's rough to be able to get out. So can I answer a question in the Big M, your drill, said, Rico, I've got to know, were you a mall Santa or Gandalf at any time in the past?
Awesome. See, I know those.
I never was a mall Santa, and no, I never played Gandalf. But one time I was Jesus for Halloween. I was actually Jelvis. It was a mix of Elvis and Jesus.
Interesting. Kevin Leon wants to know, what lights and plants do I like? Me? Well, honestly, I use shop lights. I've got two shop lights that are 6,500. What do you call it? Lit light. It's not Kelvin's. It's anyway, 65 something, and the other 100, and the other one is 7,000. Y'all know what it's called. Lit lights. How much light it pushes. Anyway, but and then plants, I like moss. I like any kind of moss, and I like any of the lilies. And I like the grasses. So
I have a problem with moss for some reason. I don't know why. It in one tank it grew great, but the rest of the stuff I bought, it just I can't keep it going. I don't know what the deal is.
I've got one tank, and it may just because it's a different moss, because I do have like 3 or 4 different kinds, and one of them just it ain't doing worth a darn. Like, it's down to just like, it looks like hair, like just
yeah.
It has nothing that comes off of it, to make it look like moss.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's no. That one's not doing good, but the rest of them they just explode. And then I've actually got a Anubias that is blooming.
Nice.
I don't know what the blooms are going to look like, but there's definitely a little pod there with a white, like egg looking thing inside of it. So I'm thinking it's going to bloom, but we'll see. Had a few other people step in real quick. Justin Powers, and we've got Biggies. What's going on? Al Wet Socks. And then Deborah Lewis. Good to see you. Lumens. That's right. Lumens. Y'all got me. And then Danny Weshay. Yeah, good enough. I think that was all that stepped in. Oh, yeah, Al Wet Socks. Okay. And I'm not catching everything in chat. Oh, Petro Man. Hey. So if you've got a question, you guys, because I'm down at the bottom, I'm trying to stay at the bottom, go ahead and resubmit your question if I don't get to it. Kevin Leong said, don't you need CO2 to really grow grasses? Yes and no. I've been told there's some that do fine without it, and some grow faster with it, but can grow without it. And then there's some that just do better, period, with it. So, no, don't ask me what those are.
I have a bunch of the, the dwarf swordgrass? Is that what it's called? That sounds right. And it's doing fine. I don't have CO2 in anything, in any of the tanks. I just haven't got there yet. I've only been keeping fish this time around for about 8 months or so.
Okay. Miss Gina says that that's the bud underwater. Okay, well, Miss Gina, does the bud need to come out of the water, or will it flower under the water? See, I don't know. Fantastic Friend says my moss turned brown and died. Yikes. I have had moss on the bottom because it's grown so much the bottom doesn't get light, so it dies off. But I haven't had it just completely. Even the one that's not doing good, the stems are still green.
I have one tank. I bought one of those coconut things from the
Oh, yeah.
co-op, and that thing's doing great. That thing it's
growing?
huge. It's growing great. But then in my other tank in the 55, that right there,
Yeah.
I've put a few different ones in there, and none of them just do very well at all.
It's got to be because I've got different substrate in different tanks, and then the different substrate changes the pH, and then the light's got something to do with it, and I think the fish that's got something to do with it.
Probably, yeah. And those do have the same. I have Echo Complete in all my tanks.
Yeah.
So I've tried different ferts and stuff, and I've tried doing different stuff with the, I've heard that a lot of times the moss is like less light.
Right.
So, I've turned them off for, longer periods of time to see if that would help. I'm still finding my way though, like I said, 8 months, I'm still really learning what works best for me.
Right. Exactly. Cause we were talking about guppy grass earlier today, and I was saying, I can't go guppy grass. I've tried, it just dies. I can't do it. That and hornwort, I would buy no more hornwort at all. But I found
I have tons of hornwort.
Oh, see, I don't know what it is. I think I have too much light for hornwort, really. My Anubiuses are all down in deeper tanks, and I think that's why they do okay. And then I have a lot of duckweed and the frog bit and duck moss, right? Yeah. And duckweed. Frog bit and duckweed.
What about water lettuce? Do you have any of that stuff?
No, water lettuce. Water lettuce I can only do in the summertime outside. It just doesn't. But this was before I got these higher lumen shop lights, so they might do good now. But before I had some, like 300 was the highest lumens I had. It would take them about 2 weeks, and then that'd be the end of them.
See, I've heard that they don't ship very well, that water lettuce doesn't ship, but Chattanooga Ed sent me some, and it's grown like crazy.
Yeah.
Over this way. Yeah, there's a 45 over here, 45 tall, and it's covered with it. And that one's a 45 tall as well. Man, this is hard. That's a 45 tall. That's just a placeholder because I'm getting a 75 gallon to go in there. But that's where I throw all my call guppies and trimmings from plants and stuff. And it's covered too. You can't see it in there, but it's totally covered with it. It's really grown like crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got duckweed in most of them, frog bit in some that Greg the guppy guy gave me. And it seems like, so I've got such high lumens on 3 of those tanks. Well, actually, it's on more than 3 because it goes across 3 of them. So it's 1, 2. So it goes across 4, 6 tanks. And but I've got a big coverage of, it's like full coverage of duckweed and frog bit. So it's not as bright as you think it is, because by the time it gets through all of that, it's not as bright when it gets down to the bottom. It's not.
It's still pretty cool that it covers up all those, that you use one for all those tanks.
Right. Yeah. I take one and I just take and I go across. It just goes across all 3 of them. So I have one of the what's the big expensive one? Trying to tip of my tongue. It's the one you can program. It's yeah, I know what you're thinking, but I can't.
Why is it? I have one of those on just a 20 gallon. Then the rest of them are the Phoenix Stingray ones. Those are what I have on the rest of them. Oh no, that's not true. I have on that 45. I have just some offhand I got from Amazon.
Yeah, blue ball.
Yes. That's it. 3.0. Yep. Yeah. Danny had it. I have one of those. I wanted to get one and see how much I liked it. And that tank does pretty good. I mean, it definitely is better than the other, but I don't know if the cost is worth it. Those Phoenix Stingrays seem to do a pretty good job too. Nickname in college.
Lewis. Yeah, he said duckweed is Rico Stan's nickname in college.
That's my running joke. Is anytime somebody says something that sounds inappropriate, even though they didn't mean it, I say that was my nickname in college.
Oh man.
Like here, there's Stephen, a biologist. He just said, "Really good," just like my deep dirted tank. So I would have said deep dirted was my nickname in college.
That's funny. Oh, the Phoenix CRV are great. Rockford said, "I'm just not going to pay that much for lights right now." I mean,
well, if you're doing fine with those shop lights, I don't see why you should.
Right. My shop lights are $30, and it goes for tanks, and I grow anything I need to with them. Now, if I was to start getting specific, or if I was to start selling plants, like me and Bree were talking about in my stream this morning, then yeah, I would invest in a plant, a real nice plant growing light.
Yeah.
But I'm just not going to put the money in that.
As long as they're doing fine. Yeah, I don't see why you should.
Yeah, and it crosses 3 of them, so it does good. Does anyone have suggestions for battling? Oh, cyanobacteria is taking over your moss. Lori 99. What about you, Rika?
No, but I know that people have a really hard time getting rid of it when it's really bad. One person I know had to just scrub the tank. It was so bad she just could not get rid of it. So I honestly don't know. I've never had to deal with it myself. Well, there you go. Danny has some options there.
Yeah. I used to clear mine up was erythromycin. And I had it bad. In fact, I had it so bad that where my sponge filter kind of throws a little bit of, just a little bit of mist up in the air. Well, it was pushed up against a wall, and now that stain is stained on my wall forever and ever, that blue-green stain. I have to paint over it to get rid of it because it's not going anywhere. So, yeah. Fun, but that's where that came from. But I finally, after first not knowing what it was, then when I would change my water, it had that awful smell. And then finally, after, I don't remember what stream I was in, but figured out what it was and then used the erythromycin. So
gotcha. Well, there you go. You did know how to take care of it.
Some things, only because I've messed up.
Well, that's how you learn, though, right? If everything works, you never learn anything.
That is true. That is true.
Greg.
Chocolate Kiss.
That was one of them. That was one of the college names. Oh, there's Harry Chocolate Kiss right there.
Fishing Louisiana. What's going on, man? Stephen, do everything you can not to add antibiotics to your tank. Right. Do everything you can first, which is what I did. That's why it went to smell so bad. Then, yeah, but
I try not to. And again, 8 months, I kept fish tanks when I was a kid, and then I got away from them for more than 40 years. I didn't have any tanks at all for more than 40 years. And then, well, I guess it's story time, huh?
Yeah.
So I got diagnosed with an illness. So I used to be a huge outdoors guy, kayaking, hiking, camping, all that stuff, bird watching. Love to do that stuff. And I still do love to do it, but I can't do it anymore. About 15 years ago, I got diagnosed with a autoimmune disease, and my body's slowly eating itself. So it's very hard to do that kind of stuff. So I really can't get out to nature. So I brought it inside here. This is my home office. So I brought nature in. You can see I've got plants everywhere and the fish tanks. So that's how I got back into fish keeping, was wanting to have some type of nature around me. So It's only been about 8 months, and I really haven't experienced a lot of failures. The only real failure was I had a heater that's stuck on and cooked a bunch of fish. And after that point, I do have heaters in all my tanks, but they all have controllers so that they can still fail, and their tank is going to get cold, but it's not going to cook them at least.
Right, right. See, I've got heaters in all of my tanks, and I do not have those controls. So I keep as close of an eye on them as I can daily.
Yeah.
But let's see, we had let's see, somebody else just came in that I didn't want to miss. Color guppies. And somebody else said that you don't.
GRB Aquatics came in.
GRB, yes, GRB did. Yes, that was the other one. That you can use something else. Baking soda. Oh, try vinegar and baking soda to remove the stain off my wall from the cyanobacteria. Okay. I will try that.
You should do something with it now and just make it look artistic, like you meant it to be there. You know, make it into a little smiley face or something.
Yeah. Not 40 years for me, about 15, but same. Been keeping again for a little over a year, about 16 months. That's Mr. Danny.
You know, I like it so much because there is so much to learn, so you don't get bored.
Gosh,
you know, there's just so much. You'll never ever know everything.
Yeah,
I don't see myself ever getting bored with it. You know, I love the hobby so much, and I've got some interesting to me fish. I don't have anything really crazy or expensive. I have 3 tanks of guppies. I've got pea puffers. I've got Bosemani rainbows, some cories, some plecos, some CPDs, some Colombian tetras. That's about it. Yeah, I have 2 different kinds of plecos. That's it. That's all I have so far. But I am, like I said, this is a placeholder. That shirt, actually, my wife put the shirt there. She wanted people to see it because she bought that for me for Valentine's Day. I don't know if you can read it.
No, I can't. Let me see if I can make it bigger.
I have enough fish, said no aquarist ever.
No kidding.
She saw that. She said it was perfect for me. We don't normally do, Valentine's stuff.
Me and my husband don't either. In fact, we didn't tell each other happy Valentine's Day until this morning when he came home. And it was like, oh, we forgot. Yeah.
Well, I
don't.
ask her every year. I say, "What do you think this year? We want to exchange?" And she says no, and then she gets me a shirt, and she gets me, a box of candy, and makes me feel like a dirt bag.
I know that game, but we don't do anything for Valentine's Day, and the reason is not only because we just don't do Valentine's Day, but my birthday is 4 days after Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh, save that money, spend it on my birthday 4 days later. Just hold on to it.
Well, that's a good thing. We've been married for 30 years, so we know.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Bird Garden.
Hey, Bird Garden, welcome.
Always like seeing Rack.
Always, yeah. He's funny.
So this 45 is going to be probably a 75, maybe a 90, but probably a 75. A 90 will fit in there, but the 90 will be a little bit taller than this one, so there's really not a lot of room, to work above it. So I think it's going to be a 75 there, and then I haven't decided what tanks are going on top. So I will be getting some new stuff, and I'm thinking about, Dan's fish, the gold Denison barbs, or are they gold Denisons? What the fish that everybody asks him about behind him?
Yeah.
In his streams, everybody always asks, "What's that fish?"
Yeah.
That's what I want to get, or maybe just the Denison barbs. I haven't decided yet. But
I'm not sure. I mean, I can't even. I know which ones you're talking about, but I can't picture them.
They're like really bright yellow with orange on them. They remind me of old Hot Wheels cars. Like a fire streak on the side or something. They're just very cool fish. Very cool. And it's a running joke because every single stream, at least one person asks Dan what the fish is behind him.
Yeah. Stephen, except when you're 150 years old like me, just kidding. The community has taught me a lot. I thought as an aquatic vet 30 years, I had learned what there was to learn. I was wrong. Yeah. You can learn something new every day, even if you're a vet.
You got to always be learning. Yep.
Steven.
Gold Denison barbs. Yeah, that's what they.
Love you, Steven. But so Stephen about there's always more types of fish you can keep and things to explore. Aren't they coming out with like new fish every day?
You know, the plants are the biggest part for me because when I was a kid, you know, in the early 70s, late 60s, we didn't really have very many plants because nobody had any decent lights and stuff. I had Elodia, which I have in the tanks now too. I absolutely love it. And that was the only plant you ever really saw. You didn't really see all these plants. So that's a whole new part of the hobby for me that I really enjoy.
Right. Oh my goodness, you guys, we have 48 people watching. How cool is that? Oh my gosh. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Fishymon said, "You like me, Rico Stan?" Oh, I guess you're all right, buddy.
And Greg said, "Old dogs can learn new tricks." Yeah, maybe not you though, Greg. No, playing.
Greg's a funny guy. He always makes me laugh. He leaves comments all the times on my videos, and every one of them is a great comment. Same with John McKenzie. John McKenzie always does the same thing.
Yeah, Greg lives just across the river from me. So
he's okay.
Yeah, me and Chubz and Louisiana fishermen are keeping. I can never remember his name the right way, but something like Fishing Louisiana. That's it. He's also up here, and then I'm not sure if you know about a guy named Glenn. He comes in my morning streams. He's also in Louisiana. So there's 5 of us now that are in Louisiana that stream on YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's some by me, not too far. In fact, Brienne's actually not that far.
Oh, wow.
Her and her family live on the other side of the Adirondacks from me. It's a huge park. They live probably 3 or 4 hours from me, and then Bottom Dweller Aquatics. I don't know if you've seen him around, but he lives probably about 2 hours. No, it's probably about an hour. There's a guy about 40 minutes south, Dank Tanks.
Yeah.
And then All In Tanks, Ozzy and Tiffany.
Yes.
They live in Rochester, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from here.
Wow.
So we've got a few as well. And I'm sure there's others, you know, since Cassie's Critters. She was on Bob Kaler's stream.
Okay. No, I don't know her.
She manages a store. There's a store up here called Country Mats, which is like a Tractor Supply type. It's a feed store. She manages the animals there. So they've got a pretty good selection of fish and stuff. And I didn't even realize, and that's like only about 35 minutes from me.
Wow. So Fishing Louisiana. There you go. I don't have a tank, but love Jess and like to support our locals. I know I try to pop in his stream every now and then too. Jess, are you in Top Chat? Am I in Top Chat?
I am.
I'm on StreamYard. Steven, did I miss something?
I was in Top Chat.
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back, sir.
Sorry about that. I had something I had to do.
It happens.
Get another bottle of wine?
No, I had to take care of something.
He had to go refill his cup. And he tripped on the way. He just said behind. I just didn't want to tell y'all.
Yep.
Shimon, what's going on? Hey.
And yeah, Fishymon, you make me laugh too in those all the time. You leave comments as well. A lot of people do. It's just it's so nice you put up a video and then you go look and there's a ton of comments on it.
Yeah, so y'all need to come up with a upper state, New York, upper northeast, and then you got the Tennessee Mafia, and we're Louisiana Cartel, and then so the West Coast needs to come up with something.
Have to put some thought into that.
Those kinds of names there are, though.
We'll have to. What do you call a group of Amish people? That's what we need to. That'll be our thing.
Right.
There's a lot of Amish people. There's a lot of Amish around here, so.
And you can call me whatever you want. I don't care. You need your STL crew. What's STL?
St. Louis.
Oh, okay. See? Yeah, I know, Amy, right? Spit it out. I can't spit it out.
Yeah, we're talking about guppy grass.
Yeah.
This little catch cup right here. We're doing a little. Got some sand in there, and guppy grass is growing in there with just this little light.
Hang on. Let me make it solo for a second so I can see it. It's not focused real well.
Yeah, that's the camera.
Oh.
But
Almost.
yeah, let's see.
Huh.
Yeah, but that's guppy grass. You just have to take my word for it.
That's what you sent me. Yeah, that's what you sent me.
Yeah.
It finally took off.
Oh, you are getting it to grow?
Yeah, in one tank. It is. It's like finally starting to take it over. But I had another tank that it just died in. So I don't know.
That's weird.
I got just a little sprig of it in. I bought some guppies from Well Done Tanks.
Uh-huh.
And, he put just a little bit of it in there, and I've got a huge amount of it now. It just took off.
Sweet.
Same with the Pogostemon, the octopus one.
Yes.
That one grows like crazy for me. But those are the only real ones that grow really, really well without any work at all.
I wonder if that one made it. He sent me some of that too. And I thought
it almost died back on me because I took the heater out of the tank and let it get down to about 65.
Yeah.
And I found when I put it into my other tank with the cichlids and had the temperature up to about 85, it started growing back right away.
Mine died back and it hasn't come back.
Yeah, so I found it like colder waters.
And then it didn't like my tank because all of mine are 76 to 80, if not 81.
Thank you, Kenny. Drop a link.
Yeah. So
Chattanooga guys can be the fish quakers.
Oh, that's good. And you can come up with some stuff, dude. That's awesome. I like that.
And fantastic fish friends in Western New York. You're part of it. That's close.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, they kind of have to be almost like regional.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Got to be spread out.
You're the angel. Oh, whatever, Roxy. You are the angel, not the angel of death. The angel. You take off that end part. Right, Lori? Laura? I think so. I like that. Fish Quakers. Like superheroes.
Fish Quakers.
So what you've got 8 tanks. What you plan on more?
Yeah, like I said, as soon as Petco does their $1 a gallon again, I'm going to buy a 75 if they have one, because there's only one store close to me, and they never had a 75 during this last one, and I don't want to pay full price for it. Of course, they have them now, but they're 113 with tax when they're on the half price sale.
Right.
So I'm waiting for that to go back on sale, and then I'm going to get a 75. And then I'm thinking for the top of this stand, I haven't decided. Maybe a 40 breeder, maybe a couple of 20 something. What's that?
You like the bigger tanks?
Well, I have like the ones over here. This one's a 20. There's another 20 over here. There's a 29 over there.
Okay.
So I do want to have. I want to have the 75 so I can get just some different fish, and then the 40 breeder. I like just the format of it. It just seems like it'd be good for this since it's not super tall, so I could get up to it.
Yeah.
But that's probably about it for now.
What do you?
I still have 2 adult children that live at home.
Okay.
And in the next few years, they'll be moving out.
Right.
And then I'll be moving my fish room downstairs. I'm actually going to build, an actual fish room with the, automated everything and really do it up. So that's going to be a few years, though.
Sweet.
So for now, this is it. That's all I'm going to do. And that's enough. I mean, this is only a 15 by 15 foot room, and it's going to have like 10 to 12 tanks in it. You know, that's enough.
About what I'm in.
Yeah, you might be able to squeeze a few more in there.
I suppose I could put something right behind me here, you know, put a stand in the middle.
I've got tanks on each wall.
Take your desk out, you might be able to put another 40 breeder.
Yeah. But my tanks aren't as big as yours. I have mainly 10s. And then I've got a 30. I don't have a 40. I do have a 55, but that may go to Greg because he gave me his hex tank, his 30-gallon hex tank.
Nice.
I was drooling over it. And so he decided he either wants that 55 or I'm going to, when the $1 per gallon sale comes, I'm going to trade him for 220s.
Gotcha.
So, but I'm tickled to death to have that hex. It's awesome. I'm going to put my angels in it.
I like those too. One of our fantastic freak. No, is that right? Fantastic freaks.
Fantastic freaks or fantastic fishy.
No, he or she is in here tonight. I'm sorry, I don't know if you're male or female. I'm sorry. Fantastic freaks. He's another guy. He's got a bunch of pea puffers and just a bunch of puffers.
I know who he is.
Yeah, he's got a few of those hex tanks, and I love those too.
I do. I really like them for angels, and I think it's just because there's more height than there is. I guess I don't know, but I just think angels like the height more room to swim across because they're down, and then their finish just can be so tall. I don't know. I think they like it better, but
I like the format of the tank, and he's got some pea puffers in it, and I think I might even follow suit if I ever get one of those.
He's got pea puffers in that hex.
Yeah.
Wow.
And actually, I'm not sure he's got something else in there with him, and I don't remember what it is.
Huh. Yeah, Greg said it's good. It's perfect for angels, and that's what I have. Those angels that I got from Aquaballs, the blue platinum blues. I got 4 of them. 3 of them didn't make it because they were too cold. They got held up by the mail as well. Again, not anybody's fault but the mail. But they got held up by the mail. But 4 of them made it, and they're healthy, and they're great, and doing great, good, and those are going to go in that tank. But he's also got, I don't know how familiar you are with angels, but he's got, and I keep talking about it, is these peony, they're like peony green blue angels. And so they remind me of like those marble angels, but they're where the silver is, they've got like a bluish green dark hue to that silver with the black stripes. So they're neat, really, really neat, cool looking. Those just laid eggs, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they're fertile.
Yeah. And who is that? Who has those? Greg?
Aquaballs. George.
Oh, Aquaballs. Oh, okay.
Yeah, George. And yeah, he's got a lot of great stock. He really does. And he's just now getting it shipping. So he did really well shipping to me. He did great. He called me and I watched him pack it up and everything. He was like, well, I want you to know it did, what I'm doing and everything. I was like, dude, you're doing great. Got you. He did good.
I'm so happy that we can ship fish because, again, the closest place I just found it's like 40 minutes. The other actual fish store is about an hour and 15 minutes. So I bought almost everything I've gotten online. And
yes.
Really, I haven't had too many issues. I had one box get destroyed, and the guy, resent out stuff.
Sure.
But I just bought my pea puffers from Aquahuna just a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And this time of year in upstate New York, they still came in just fine.
Wow.
No problem at all.
Hey, Diego. Good to see you, Diego. So what do you want your next fish to be? That when we were talking about?
Yeah, the Denison barbs or the golden. Yeah, those, either one will be the main fish for that tank. And then I don't really have very many barbs or tetras, so I think I'm going to go that route.
So do you have more community tanks or do you have more species specific tanks?
I was saying yes, but really no, I don't, because the pea puffers are in there with just a couple of plecos.
Okay.
And then I've got 3 guppy tanks, which I didn't plan on, but I I won some, and I fell into them. So really, my only community tank is that 55 right there. The other ones are pretty much just specific, and mostly guppies, really, right now. But I am moving away from guppies.
Tell me
I
what
got
type-
guppies. Go ahead.
What types of guppies? What lines?
I have swordtails from Mob's Guppy, Peter from Mob's Guppy. Those are swordtails.
Yes.
I'm not sure what these other ones are because they were just mutts that I got.
Sure.
And then I got some metal heads from Well Done Tanks.
Oh, cool.
And those are nice looking. Except they're supposed to be blue yellows and they're getting quite a bit of orange. So I've been calling out the orange. They're really trying to. I love blue. It's my favorite color, and I don't have any blue fish. So I'm really trying to, focus on getting those a little more blue to them.
You know what I have? The blue dragons.
I've seen those. I think I even sent you an email about them a long time ago.
Okay, well, they're ready now. I've got plenty.
See, I went with guppies first because I remembered having them when I was a kid, and I knew that they were pretty hardy and pretty easy to take care of, and also we have a well, so the water is very, very hard. So I wanted to get something that was suitable for our water and not have to worry about making the water suitable for the fish. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's why I went with guppies first, and then now I'm really wanting to move away from them.
Yeah. I'm not moving completely away from my guppies, but I am. Oh, dadgummit, what's the word? What did I say I was doing, Chubz?
Diversify?
There you go. That's it. Diversifying. I wanted to say diffuse. I kept wanting to say diffuse.
Yeah, I'll probably always have guppies too. I do. I love guppies, but I just want to, see different types of fish now.
Yeah, I'm doing it because I sell more fish to my LFS, and so they don't buy the straight line guppies. They buy mutt guppies. Well, I don't want to have to keep throwing my pure lines in my mutt guppies. I mean, I do call into my, that, but I don't want to have to, if they need guppies, I don't want to have to come and pull from my pure lines to sell for $1,
Yeah.
So, but
and that's, on that, I want to do summer tubbing this year with guppies.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward. That'll be my first time doing that. So I'm really I've already bought a couple of, they're called pond liners,
Yes.
175-gallon one. I want to get a bigger one.
Okay.
We've been wanting to put in a water feature in the backyard anyways, but it gets pretty cold here, so I definitely would have to heat it. I don't know if I want to do that. So
but are you going to put fish in it?
Yeah. Okay. Probably not koi or anything. I don't know. I haven't decided what. And it's been a pipe dream for a while, so it probably won't happen anytime soon. But I'm definitely going to do just tubs this year.
Yeah. Oh, Rico said I had to show you mine. It was fairly simple, but it's very cool. Now I don't have fish in the bottom of it, but to have that runs and I can shut it off in the winter and I don't have to worry about it, and then just click it back on in the spring when I'm ready for it, and it just it runs downhill and the water runs. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
But it was not expensive to do. And it goes with that pond liner or the thick rubber liner.
Yeah.
Yep. That's my favorite thing to do in landscaping. But there's not a whole lot of that around here. So
you were talking about barbs. I just got 14 golden barbs to go with my what are they? Filament barbs. And they're doing real good.
What golden, are those the denizens, or is that a different type of barb?
That's the Chinese barbs, the golden barbs.
I'm going to look them up real quick.
Yep, they're pretty awesome. They only get about 3 or so inches.
And see, that's about the size too that I was looking for.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 to 5 inches at the most.
Big.
Oh yeah, those are cool. Wow.
Kevin Leong, I know I got your email, but nice. Now I don't know what I did with it. Wait, maybe you sent it to something else. Anyway, yeah, I got it. I think
the filament barbs.
Yes, I did get it.
Those are nice. See, that's what I'm thinking is
in there. You can see the little golden barb right there. That's one of them. There's 14 in here, but they hide. They just kind of look like a goldfish right now, but they get real pretty.
Yeah, those pictures I just saw, they were beautiful. Especially the males with the orange or reddish
Yeah,
fins.
they get real red. Yeah, the filament barbs are awesome. They got iridescence like rainbows.
Yeah.
It's going to be so hard to decide. I've got a big list right now.
Those too.
And I just don't know what.
Yeah.
Hey, Fishymon, you got my website. And yes, Kevin, I did get your email, but I haven't got anything in the mail yet. My mail did not run today because it couldn't. I don't know if it's going to get to run tomorrow either. They have also shut the schools down and a lot of businesses down again for tomorrow. So
I'm gonna go ahead and jump on over to my stream.
All right, we'll see you over there.
Get it going, and I'll see y'all there.
All right.
All right.
So yeah, they still are shutting everything down around here, and hopefully website. I mean, I'm not a website, but I did take some video earlier. Me and my 12-year-old son got out there and we were playing with the dogs, and the snow was deep on one side of the house, like really deep, like a foot deep. And we went over there and tried to make a snowman. Didn't work out all that great, but you can at least figure out what it is. And then we started jumping around and rolling and playing. And I'm like thinking in the back of my head the whole time, I'm going to feel this tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to feel it tomorrow. But it was so much fun. We don't get snow. We don't get fluffy snow like this. Like we get ice. This is fluffy snow like what y'all get. And it's like cool. It's cool when it melts.
We're used to it. You know, usually by now actually this year has been really super dry and warm for us. Usually there's more than a foot. And I measured it today and there's about 6 inches on the ground, and it stays there pretty much the whole month of February. We average about 8 foot of snow every February.
Wow.
So
8 foot of snow? Golly.
We're right on the edge of the second snowiest spot in the lower 48 states. There's a little town. It's a plateau, so it's all lake effect snow. And there's this plateau called Tug Hill, and there's a little town on there called Hooker on Tug Hill. Which we won't go into.
Okay. But, you like the imagination roll with that one?
But that little town got 11 feet of snow in 1 week, and it didn't break their record. And that was just a few years ago.
Wow.
11 feet in a week.
Wow. Okay, you guys, it is that time for us to roll on over to the Chubz' channel. So we're going to keep this ball rolling. Just hit end here and go over there, and I'll see you there. Love you guys. See y'all over there.